Welcome back. Now we're about to go home. But before we go, the lady you just saw singing there, have you forgotten who she is? I'm sure you haven't. You can't forget Okomiye, Stella Monye.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Good morning. Good to see that you're still singing.
Thank you. Well, also just
Never die. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
She's a frontline female musician in Nigeria, and she's popularly, well, I don't know if she still is, but she used to be known as a Samba queen. Do they still call you Samba queen?
Does titles change? They never change. Sunny Ade is still the king of the world beats. And I don't think he has changed it.
Well, some of them do change.
Okay, yeah. Name changing. Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
you
Not
got the-
titles,
Yeah,
name.
well, okay, yeah, true.
Yes. And she also used to be called Her Excellency by some of her professional colleagues.
Wow.
She's been about 30 years in the music industry, and as you can see, still going
And she's still looking 30.
strong.
Okay, thank you.
Still going strong. But, my dear, you've been a bit quiet lately. What's been going on?
I don't think
I have
so.
a sneaky feeling that you're cooking something.
Well, I don't think I've been quiet. You know, in April, we celebrated 3 decades on stage at Lekki Aja, and it was all over the place, well attended. We had a full hall. We had important dignitaries from all walks of life, government functionaries, diplomatic world, business, artists. You know, it was quite something. And there were activities lined up for the 3 decades on stage celebration. The one that is about to take place now is in September. It's on September 29 at the Coliseum night shift. It is called the Win Concert.
Win.
Win Concert.
W-I-N.
W-H-I-N, actually.
Okay.
Win is my pet NGO that I started after I worked as a social service worker with an NGO based in Apapa. I did that for 7 years. Maybe that is why I was quiet.
Probably.
I was busy serving humanity. And also I delved into human rights activities for a while. You know, that kind of took me away from the normal click lights. You know, I started following the late Ganifa Emi, Bekor, and some could say Wale Soyinka, Nahoro, later Nahoro. You know, we were doing a lot of activities. We were doing road shows, and I was using music to interpret what they would do in speech. And it was quite something, you know. And of course, I was also on bandstand since Abiola died. I've been on June 12 bandstand every year when they're doing the coalition. So I delve completely into human rights and civil society work. Okay. So that kind of brought me from the commercial world to the human rights thing.
Okay.
And then I founded this
let me
NGO.
take you back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Now, tell us, how did you get into music?
It's very interesting. It was just, it's always, everybody has a story. Some people say it's accidental. Some say, oh, I didn't bargain for what I got. But I think the first important thing is that you must discover that you have talent. And then...
Is there singing in your family?
My grandmother actually was doing some traditional stuff in the village. Okay. And she was quite known for it. She was a women leader, and she was tough. She was strong, you know. She always had this low cut, and everybody knew her for
Amazon.
it. Yeah, and she was tall. She built her own house by herself. She had several farms. You know, everybody used to like, as soon as her husband died, she took over her life, and she refused to marry somebody else because she said she can never find somebody like her husband. And that was quite... I don't know whether to call it old-fashioned, you know, but everybody respected her for that, and they never saw her with any boyfriend in the village. So it was like she was just one tough tall, low-cut woman in the village, and she was singing traditional songs all over the place. So maybe it came from there.
Okay.
Maybe.
I know that the first time I saw you, I think it was 1986, 87. Can't remember precisely when.
Okay.
And that was when I was still with Radio Nigeria, Martin Street.
Okay.
You came to our studios then. The style, the look, the music. If you look back to 86, 87, that's about 25 years ago.
That's right.
And you look at the music industry today. What do you feel, what do you think, the difference, the changes?
The only difference is that the lyrical content that we used to have, I mean, we used to sing about societal ills, things that happen in the society. Whether you sang love songs then or you sang hate songs, it was about something that you can look back and relate with the situation, you know. But we no longer have that. What we have now is a fast beat with lyrical content that does not celebrate
don't really say much.
You know, that does not celebrate womanhood, you know, because we're not Americans, we're Nigerians. And when Nigerians now begin to wear pants and bra on TV because they want to belong, then something is wrong. And then, like I said, the lyrical contents now is usually, I want to hold your breast, I want to sleep, I want to see you shake your bum bum. There's nothing that you can hold on to, that you can listen to and you get inspired. You know, you say, oh, this song, I can relate to it. Because I know women stop me on the road, for instance, and say, that'll come here, I don't know where to buy it, I want to buy it, I want to sing it for my husband, I want to, you know, because it had something, it related to something, you know. So we no longer have that. And even the fast beats, I'm beginning to hear some little high life here and there from even the new generation, you know, because there's no way, you must go back to basis. You know, those are the ones that make us who we are. I mean, I wouldn't have traveled half of the world on behalf of Nigeria if I was singing American soul. It was just this African music that I was able to go out there to present.
So if you have a chance to influence a lot of the the new generation Nigerian musicians, which area would you be influencing?
I'll start from our costumes. I'll start from the African costumes, you know. The bling, bling, bling is not ours at all.
But it's said to be international. It's what people seem to enjoy and like.
I don't know what they call international, you know, because the truth is that if you give people something, they may reject it at first, but if you keep giving them, they will accept it. Our clothing are the best. The texture and the colors, you can feel the colors, you can feel the texture. You're comfortable in it. So what is wrong with us
apart from the
over-projecting it?
Apart from the dressing, what else would you be influencing amongst
the
our
lyrical
musicians?
content? the lyrical content also, if I can influence it, I'll ask the new generation artists to sing more meaningful songs, because things are going wrong all over the place. Okay, we're not here to discuss politics.
We don't have a Sunny Okoso anymore.
We don't have a Fela.
We don't have a Fela anymore.
We don't, you know, we don't have people. Even Sunny Ade. Sunny Ade made me begin to like gospel. He sings it in a way that you will dance to it, but he's singing a lot of gospel. Obetu was singing a lot of gospel, but people didn't know that. We enjoyed it, we sang along without knowing that we were singing to God. And it was so beautiful, it was so nice. And it's still so nice because they have been able to retain their own Africanness, and he's taking it to the world. He's still doing it. Sunny Ade is booked from now till next year. Every weekend he's booked, you know. So forget about all this one that they are saying new generation have taken over. If you're an old generation and you're doing good, you remain on the scene. Nobody's going to remove you. Yes. That's it.
Okay. Now you say that the lyrical content is something that you object to, but they're selling like hotcakes.
Well, the power of the media. Media is very important in everything we do in Nigeria. Okay, they're selling because the media is really projecting them. Okay, sometimes I sit and I'm watching the video and I saw these women, they're shaking their bum bum like that. They're wearing only pants And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? Is this Nigeria or America? You know, I will almost jump out of my skin. I'm like, oh God, what is this? You know, and the first question I ask is, how much have they paid this girl to just come and dehumanize herself like this? And then the second thing I ask is, oh my God, where's the census? Where's the regulatory body? What's going on? You know.
Well, but they say you're old school.
They will say so. I know. But you can still be old school or new school. You can dress in a way that would be nice. This is not an old school dressing. The fact that it's adre does not make it an old school dressing. I'm wearing a belt. That's a new school belt. And, you know, it depends on really how you want to carry yourself. And these African clothes, they look good. Please, these women should not be wearing pants on this thing again. It's true. That's going to be somebody's wife someday, somebody's mother, somebody's wife, and then your child is sitting down and you're wearing pants, and the two parts of your buttocks is outside and it's shaking, you know, vigorously like that. And your children go to school the next day and they say, "We saw your mom."
Stella, slow down. We got to wrap up now.
Okay.
So in closing, what advice do you have for the up and coming musicians?
A final word, 1 or 2 sentences.
And I think
because you're still going to sing for us on the way out.
They should be more positive, you know, in their outlook to what they write, because whatever you put out there influence a whole large society and the world at large. You know, we are now in the world, you know, because internet takes you to the whole world. Anybody Googles you anywhere in the world, they get you. You know, so what you send out is important, very important. So I pray that they will understand that they could still be Africans and still be what they are.
Samba Queen
is an African. Wole Soyinka is an African, and he has won the Nobel.
Yes.
He's still African.
Okay.
Samba Queen, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We're going to close now, and after we have closed the program, you're going to sing us out.
Wow.
So start thinking about the song that you can sing, the one that your voice can carry today. That's our package for today. We'll bring you a fresh one next Saturday, he being our strength. We wish you a very happy week and a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves and take care of each other.
And my name is Kayode Akintemi.
And mine is Alero Edu.
So we hand over to
why you guys behaving like a couple? Ìfẹ́ wa wo ara tó ń dá, ẹ má dá lẹ́bi o. Ìfẹ́ o, kò mọ ọmọdé kò má gbà o. Bàbá má fẹ́ ní tí n bá fẹ́ pínrín pínrín. Màmá má fẹ́ ní tí n bá fẹ́ èmi o.